Words to know. Choose 2 blue words, use them in sentences. Think. What do you think space is like? Bring. Spaceships can bring astronauts to space. Before. Astronauts practice flying before their trip. Light. People feel very light floating in space. Because. Astronauts like to jump because it is fun. Carry. Astronauts carry tools to work with. Show. Pictures show us what the moon is like. Around. You can see clouds all around Earth. Read and comprehend. Main idea and details. The topic is the one big idea that the whole selection is about. The main idea is the most important idea about the topic. As you read, think about the details or facts that tell more about the main idea. You can list the main idea and details about the topic on a web. Question. Ask a question about what you read. Look for text evidence to answer. Preview the topic. Astronaut. Astronauts travel into space. Before they go, they plan what to bring. They have to bring food to last the whole trip. They also bring tools that help them work in space. They bring cameras to show people back on Earth what space looks like. You will read more about astronauts in Let's Go to the Moon. Main idea and details. Tell the main idea and important details about the topic. Informational text give you facts about a topic. As you read, look for words that tell facts, photos that show the real world. Meet the author, Stephen R. Swinburne. Steve Swinburne has never been to the moon, but he loves to travel and explore new places here on Earth. His trips have brought him close to bears, bobcats, and wolves. He has written many books about the things he has seen. Let's Go to the Moon, written by Stephen R. Swinburne. Essential question. What do astronauts do? Blast off. Would you like to fly to the moon? Let's go. Analyze the text. Author's purpose. Why do you think the author writes as if you are really blasting off to the moon? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. The flight. It can take 4 days to get to the moon. A rocket helps us blast into space. We ride in the spaceship at the top of the rocket. The surface of the moon is dusty and has many craters. There are no plants or animals on the moon. There is no water or air. The moon has rocks, dust, and craters. A crater is a big hole. Spacesuits. This is astronaut Ronald Evans wearing his spacesuit. It's time to put on our spacesuits. Spacesuits help keep our skin safe from the very hot sun and the very cold shade. The spacesuits have air in them, so we can breathe. Now we are dressed for our walk on the moon. Moonwalk. Walking on the moon is fun. We can take big light steps. Analyze the text. Main idea and details. What is the main idea of the section called Moonwalk? We are very light because the moon has less gravity than Earth. We carry spacesuits with us. We have jobs to do here. Moon rocks. We find rocks and bits of dust to bring back home. We will show the rocks to people back on Earth. Lunar Rover. We drive around in our Lunar Rover. It is even more fun than walking in our fat spacesuits. Look at all the dust the Lunar Rover kicks up. Taking pictures. We take pictures of our footprints. We take a picture of our spaceship too. Our flag is up. Let's take one last look before we go. We see rocks and dust. Let's go home. It's time to go back home. What is it like to be on the moon? It's strange and fun at the same time. When you look up and see the moon, what do you think? Our moon is beautiful. Comprehension. How to analyze the text. Use these pages to learn about main idea and details and author's purpose. Then read Let's Go to the Moon again. Main idea and details. The topic is the one big idea that a whole selection is about. Think about the topic in Let's Go to the Moon. What is the main idea or the most important idea about the topic? Details are important facts about the main idea. Show the main idea and details on a web. Author's purpose. Authors write for many reasons or purposes. They can write to make a reader laugh. They may write to teach the reader about a topic. Think about what you learn in Let's Go to the Moon. Why do you think the author wrote the selection? As you read, find details and text evidence that help to show his purpose. Your turn. Return to the essential question. Turn and talk. What do astronauts do? Use new words you learn from the selection to describe the different jobs astronauts do. Give details to tell why you think each job is important. Explain your ideas clearly. Classroom conversation. Now talk about these questions with your class. 1. How is the moon different from Earth? 2. What do astronauts bring to the moon? 3. Would you like to be an astronaut? Why or why not? Give reasons. Writing about reading. Response. Think about what you learn about going to the moon. What if you could meet the author of this selection? Write 4 questions you would like to ask him. Writing tip. Begin each question with a capital letter. End it with a question mark. Biography. A biography is a true story about events in a real person's life. A timeline shows the order of events. Use the timeline on page 42 to retell in order the important events in Mae Jemison's life. Mae Jemison by Debbie O'Brien. Mae Jemison was born in Alabama. Mae knew she wanted to be a scientist when she grew up. Mae studied very hard in college and became a doctor. She went to Africa because she wanted to help sick people there. Here is Mae Jemison on the space shuttle. Later, Mae became an astronaut. She had to learn many things before she could go into space. At last, Mae was ready to fly in the space shuttle. The astronauts had to bring equipment with them. They had to carry food too. Mae could move around easily in space. She felt light as a feather. Now Mae has her own company. She wants people to think about science. She tries to show people how science helps them every day. 1981, Mae becomes a doctor. 1987, Mae becomes an astronaut. 1993, Mae starts her company. Compare texts. Text to text. Compare selections. List ideas and information that are alike in Mae Jemison and Let's Go to the Moon. Text to self. Tell many ideas. Tell a partner the most important things you learn about being an astronaut. Use text evidence to explain your ideas clearly. Text to world. Draw and share. Find a picture of a real planet. Pretend that you have gone there. Draw a picture of things you discover. Tell about the planet. Grammar. Questions. A sentence that asks something is called a question. A question always begins with a capital letter and ends with a question mark. What is it like on the moon? Are there any mountains? Do plants and animals live there? Try this. Write each question correctly. Use another sheet of paper. 1. What do astronauts do on the moon? 2. Do they wear spacesuits? 3. Can they jump really far? 4. Does their buggy go fast? 5. Why do they take pictures? Grammar in writing. When you revise your writing, try using some questions. Narrative writing. Ideas. When you are writing sentences about yourself, be sure all your sentences are about one main idea. Kim wrote about a cave she saw. Later, she took out a sentence that didn't belong. Revised draft. My family and I found a cave. It was very dark inside. I like the woods. Writing traits checklist. Ideas. Do all my sentences tell about one main idea? Does each sentence begin with a capital letter? Does each sentence end with the correct mark? Look for the main idea in Kim's final copy. Then revise your writing. Use the checklist. Final copy. A big surprise. My family and I found a cave. It was very dark inside. We had a big surprise when some bats flew out. We'll always remember that day.